Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. And today, for you guys, is another podcast with Recon Trooper.
Hey there, folks. Recon Trooper here, and if you're watching my video, I hope you enjoy the Halo Reach firefight and Dead Island 2 gameplay.
Ooh.
And
you know me.
Unsubscribe and resubscribe if you're not getting notifications still.
Yes, that or click the bell for both of us. Appreciate it. I don't know what gameplay you're going to see from me. You're going to see something. But, yeah, I am excited. You guys know the drill by now. Make sure to drop a like. Subscribe if you're new to myself and Recon Trooper. And, yeah, without further ado, I believe you wanted to talk about the Lone Ranger. Is that correct?
Yeah, so big shout-out to Recon Trooper. He finally, somebody suggested a topic in your comments, so congratulations to him. He suggested Lone Ranger, and oddly enough, that was on my topics list. So.
Wow, now does he get a prize?
Yeah, shout out. Didn't you hear me say his name?
Okay, well, I was going to give him a cash prize, but...
Okay. As long as it's not lower than $900.
Okay. I'll make it $899.
Okay. 1,000?
Double kill. Yeah, yep,
Oh.
You got it.
Okay. So, yeah. So yeah, I watched it a few days ago just because it was on my topics list and I knew I needed to get it out of the way finally, and I needed to rewatch it because when I added it was long ago when I think you were still in the middle of the MonsterVerse, so obviously didn't get to talk about it then. Either that or it was some other time, I forget when I added it, but it's been here ever since. So, but I am assuming you've seen this film.
Yeah. I have a history with this movie. I saw it back in 2013 in theaters with my mom and my cousin, and it's a Disney movie and it's PG-13, but this movie pushes the boundary of PG-13 to like its absolute limits.
Yeah.
So in the theater, I don't know how old I was back in 2013. Probably not old enough to see it. And I didn't have my glasses, so I was just freaking blind. But I mean, there were moments where my cousin, she was the same age, and she was like covering her eyes. My mom was like, "Oh my god,"
Yeah.
she saw Johnny Depp, she saw Disney, and she was like, "Oh, cool, let's take the kids." This is a violent, brutal-ass film, but this is one of my favorite movies of all time. This is like in the top 10 or top 15 for me.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm not against it. I wanted to watch it. Actually, it was when I decided to watch it many months ago. I think it was sometime in the summertime, or maybe it was late spring, whenever, but I decided to watch it just out of the blue because I had a sort of dream about that scene where Butch Cavendish cuts what's his name?
Was it Bill?
No, not Bill. John's brother.
Right?
Yeah, he cuts his heart out and eats it in his eyeball.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't see it, just see the reflection.
You had a dream?
Yeah, I had a dream sort of about that scene for some reason, and so I decided I'd put it on. I mean, I hadn't watched it before then for a long time, so just figured I needed to put something else on besides monsters. And it's decent, like it's kind of like, not to get into the political realm, but it's kind of like when these days somebody straight or somebody who knows that they're the gender they were born as is hired to play a gay or a trans person, and then of course that community freaks out.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that with Johnny Depp playing this Tonto, and
Right.
all I can say is, cry me a river. He was great.
Yeah, I mean, well, first off, we got to talk about your dreams. Every podcast, this guy's like, I had a dream about this one random scene from this random movie I wish I had your dreaming capabilities. I dream about
Well, I don't know if you wanted
bugs
my
and-
dream last night. I dreamt about Waylord from Pokemon.
I mean, shit. My dreams are about my mom killing me, so I mean,
Oh.
I'll take that. But
Well, you don't know what
I mean, I guess that's
Waylord
an
is, do you?
no, is this NC-17?
No, Waylord from Pokemon. He's the biggest Pokemon in the entire roster. He's like 53 feet big or something.
I gotta Google this. Anyway, yeah, let me. Oh yeah, okay, I know who that is. Yep, I got him. I have a toy of him, by the way.
Yeah, well, he's not a toy in my dream. He's basically a blue whale size.
Yeah,
But anyway,
that's awesome.
back to Lone
Yeah,
Ranger.
On that note, yeah, Johnny Depp. So I think that obviously he was. Everyone knows Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow, which things. But I think when it comes to him portraying Tonto, it was always a bit weird because the marketing for this movie, it was like, oh, Johnny Depp is, he had the #1 foot bill and everything. It was always Johnny Depp before Armie Hammer, even though Armie Hammer was actually the Lone Ranger.
Yeah.
And also with the whole Johnny Depp drama and with Armie Hammer, apparently he's a cannibal now, so that's something. But I think both of them do a good portrayal. I mean, I never.
Well,
When this movie released, I wasn't old enough to care about politics or any of that, so I didn't really know about the whole Johnny Depp.
I don't care about it either. I mean, the whole Amber Heard thing with Johnny Depp was, well, it was what it was, and the whole Armie Hammer thing. I don't know if he actually is a cannibal or if he's just being accused of being a cannibal or whatever the whole thing is, but I don't care about it either. But they're decent in these roles, and it's a real shame that they never made a sequel. It really is. And
It is.
cry me a river about that too if you don't like me saying that, haters.
Yeah, no, I mean, I genuinely, I really don't understand the hate for this film. I mean, I like a lot of movies that people hate.
Johnny
You guys know
Depp
that,
playing
but-
an Indian, that's the biggest hate.
Yeah, right. I mean,
It's an
I don't know.
actor's
It's
job
weird.
to play somebody that they're not. If people don't, in this day and age, don't understand that, then their lives were ruined before they started it as a little molecule.
yeah.
So
I mean, in a way, I understand how they're mad that they didn't get a Indian guy to play an Indian, but at the same time, you get Johnny Depp because he's a good actor and he can do that kind of range.
yeah,
So that makes sense.
and he also
But
falls off a
you-
train and jumps off a train and lands onto a bunch of cars with silver and survives. So what can't you like about it?
Yeah, right. It's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I remember people that I know and people online just saying that it's really boring and it's really, really dirty and brutal and grimy and violent. And I'm like, yeah, that's the Wild West. I think, the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, really all five, but really the first three, and Lone Ranger they kind of exist in a weird Disney bubble where,
Yeah.
like, for some reason they're really brutal and dirty and real, and that's what makes it stand out. Like I'm not a massive fan of westerns, but Lone Ranger, I mean, it's a good western. Like, it captures that feel really well.
Yeah. And, and there's lots of, people calling it boring. They obviously either they didn't make it to, or they just fell asleep before the train sequence at the end.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
that's not exactly boring. I mean, you see all sorts
No,
of
it's quite the
crazy things.
opposite.
Tonto even throws a piece of coal at the lead woman by accident. What's not to like
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah. That's a good point because a few people that I know in my family are like, it's like you said, it's really boring up until the train thing. Like the train scene in the end is like the best part of the movie. And
Of
I'm
course
like, yeah,
it is. It's the climax. It's always supposed to be the best thing.
Right. But the rest of the movie is also good. Like people need to know that. Like you know, the characters and the
like the first train sequence was good too. Even if John was being goody two shoes about killing anybody during that moment, and stopped Tonto from basically ending the movie there.
Right. And we also got to talk about Butch Cavendish, who was a very good villain.
Yeah. And I think that actor played in Dark Knight at the beginning. He's the guy
in the bank.
Yep. Yeah. But he's a pretty decent villain. He's definitely, Butch just needs an extra ER at the end of his name.
Pretty much. Yeah, you nailed that.
Butcher,
Yeah.
Not to get into Dead Island 2 just yet, but
Right.
Because I'm sure they eat hearts too, and faces.
Yeah. In a lot of pieces. I just think that it was a very bold movie. It's weird because people think of Disney, right? And they think of Mickey Mouse and Cinderella, but it's very an odd movie, but I love it for that. Like ever since I saw it, I was just.
And this was before Disney became what it is now, which people definitely don't think of Mickey Mouse anymore. They think of just the political side of it all now, but
right. Which is a shame because I think even now, when Disney wants to make something that isn't either politically charged one way or the other or just bad. When they make quality content, they make quality content. It's not like their content has gotten bad now. It's just that they've gotten a little bit wayward. And I think that, we're never going to get a Lone Ranger 2 because of the amount of money it made.
Which is a shame.
It's like but it's like a cult classic. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those standalone movies that, you said it best. It desperately needs a sequel.
Yeah. I mean, be interesting to see maybe some Western version of Davy Jones, a guy with an actual peg leg and not a crab claw, but maybe like he's got like maybe a knife blade in his arm where his hand used to be or something.
Yeah, like Ash from Evil Dead, just have a chainsaw arm.
Well,
that'll work.
Yeah, but it would just be a knife or a bayonet or something. And
man, that would be cool.
Yeah, and basically kind of like Captain Hook with a bit of Davy Jones in him, and obviously in the Western era.
I like that.
Kind of thing. They could have a villain like that. I think would be awesome. And I mean, I don't know how. They would obviously have to figure out what his menacingness is all about, but. Obviously wouldn't be a repeat of the first one because that's not a good thing. But maybe somebody from Tonto's past that he just crossed paths with when he was looking for the men who killed his tribe, and they got into a fight or something during that time, and the guy never forgot.
Yeah. I mean, no, there's a ton of. With the Wild West, in itself, there's a ton of potential for. I mean, shit, we got 5 pirate movies. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much lore to those 5 pirate films.
Maybe they could throw in a quicksand scene too.
Yeah, they could. I mean, because Lone Ranger. I mean, it's more grounded than Pirates, but it's also got that supernatural element.
Yeah, look at the horse. The horse is doing all sorts of things, including drinking.
Yeah. What does he say? Nature out of balance, or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, and rabbits eating flesh. Don't forget that.
Right. I remember that being a major critique of the movie. Literally, there's an article I read where the guy was like, "This movie's actually bad because the rabbits eat the flesh," and I'm like, "What are you 2 years old? Like it's a joke."
Well, another thing people were complaining about is the whole cutting back and forth between the exhibit scene with the kid and the actual movie. But I don't care. I mean, maybe at first it's kind of weird seeing the movie start off that way. That it's like, what? This is the Lone Ranger, a kid talking to a guy that's supposed to be, in a exhibit. thing.
Right. It's confusing until it's not, right? Because like,
Yeah.
at first you're like, what's going on? And then you just watch the movie and you figure it out. But yeah, I think like that end scene, like the very, very last shot of the film where Tonto's, he's all old and crusty, just walking back to his tribe. I mean, it's poignant, it's there's a lot of metaphors and a lot of beautiful imagery in it. I think it's more I don't want to say mature, but more like artful than people give it credit for.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's worth watching again. Just obviously because it's the only one of its kind. You don't want to watch it too many times before you get bored of it. I mean,
well, that's the cool thing.
If
too,
it had a sequel, that would be different because then you watch both of them back to back repeatedly instead of just the one, 9 times. You watch one of them 5 times and the other one 4 times or whatever.
Right. Yeah, it's just a shame because the movie, I mean, this is one of the biggest bombs for like Disney, but also like cinematic ever.
Yeah.
Like this movie made like no money. It made like millions.
Yeah.
So it's a shame though,
Kind of like Indiana Jones, but the last one was in fact the last one, whereas this thing didn't even get a chance to have a continuation. I mean,
right.
I don't know if it did worse than Joker 2 did or what, but I don't know. But
yeah, anyway. I don't know. I mean, I know. Oh, I know Joker 2 bombed, but also Disney had like Mars Needs Moms bombed, John Carter bombed.
Yeah.
So they've had some stinkers, but yeah, it's a shame. Like I remember being an early teen, really. I mean, I love the whole movie, but like I had my really crappy iPad that had like 1 megabyte of computing power. We had really bad internet, and I remember literally like all I would do when I woke up in the morning is I would rewatch that train scene on my crappy little iPad over and over. That and the Tintin chase, where Tintin's chasing the bird and all that.
You mean would you watch it on YouTube or did you have a DVD?
Yeah, I went on YouTube and it took like 8 hours to buffer, but
yeah.
And I showed I remember my buddy came over and I'm like, dude, have you seen Lone Ranger? He's like, nah. I'm like, oh, you gotta watch this, and I showed him the train scene. I don't know why I did that because it's a spoiler, but yeah, he liked it. I mean, it was fun.
Well, sometimes you have to spoil people, I guess, to get them interested.
Very true.
I mean, speaking of which, don't be disappointed if Shadow doesn't wield a gun in this third movie.
Oh, yeah, right, exactly.
Because apparently Jeff Fowler, I mean, there's been no confirmation that he's not going to have a gun or anything, but there was a recent thing just that came out this week about Jeff Fowler saying, like he's very aware of what people want to see, but at the same time he has to keep it balanced with being family friendly, and he's trying to balance kind of the edginess of Shadow with family friendly theme of Sonic, and so if he does have a gun, maybe he doesn't use it, he just holds it, which I guess would be fine. I mean, he doesn't need to really use a gun if he's got teleportation.
Right. I could see, like, Shadow knocking on a guard and taking the guard's gun, and then, like, Sonic's like, oh, hang on, and he puts it down.
Or maybe he just picks up the guard's gun and shoots another guard's gun out of his hand before he teleports and kicks him in the face.
It could, yeah. I mean, no, yeah, right. There's 100 things you could do that isn't just actually shooting a guy.
Yeah.
Now the Shadow the Hedgehog video game, that was I think that was rated E10. So I mean, they can definitely. I know Shadow was shooting aliens or whatever, but I think that they could, if they, do it right, they can get away with it because. That Lego movie Piece by Piece, that was rated PG, and that should not have been PG.
Yeah.
So I think they can get away with it.
Yeah. I mean, well, there are swears in the Sonic movies, not as many as Piece by Piece. Maybe not as heavy either, but they are in there a couple of times anyway, at least in the first one. I don't remember the second one entirely, but the first one. And then Knuckles has at least one every episode. So, but there's nothing. It's usually just the H word or the D word, not, not
Shadow's
the other.
Dropping hard F words, huh?
Yeah, not that word, not the piece one in Piece by Piece. Certainly
Right.
no racist words, obviously.
Yeah.
But there's just kind of I'd say the mild swear words that are quite common, actually, are in there. So, not big a deal, I guess.
I'm just excited to see.
Actually, you know what?
Like,
I remember in A New Hope, Han Solo yelling at Princess Leia the H word.
yeah, they swore a few times in the originals.
Yeah.
I don't think they swore once in the prequels, though. They didn't swear one time in the prequel trilogy.
No. And then there's, in the sequels, I remember Finn...
There's a lot in this.
Yeah, I remember Finn calling DJ the B word when he betrays them.
That Poe has a potty mouth.
Yeah. But anyway, enough about swears.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could, so I could see Shadow doing something with a gun, but if not, it's not gonna break the movie, I don't think. And sure, I don't know, is that gonna affect your score, whether or not he has one, even just for a second? Come on, it's a personal preference thing, not really a movie breaking or making thing.
I'll tell you this much: if Shadow doesn't hold, use, or look at a gun, I am walking out of the theater and I'm suing.
Okay.
And
I'll spoil you how it ends then.
Right. Well, I will give the movie an F, and I will burn down Sega.
Okay. So no Sonic 4 or Shadow the Hedgehog movie where he might actually use a gun in that one.
Well, if they do that, I gotta get my time machine going and not do what I just did.
Okay.
It's fine. We'll figure it out.
Knock yourself out and shove your past self in a closet, and then.
Right.
But. So that was my first topic. So what's yours?
Mine is the next Lego game. So we just got a new Lego game released, right? It came out 2 or 3 days ago, called Lego Horizon Adventures. Now, I don't have it yet.
Never heard of it.
I might get it for Christmas. I don't know. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, it's just based on the Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West with Aloy, and it's just like a Lego, interpretation of the first game. With kind of like a top-down view. It's not by TT Games, it's by Guerrilla, the people that made Horizon.
Obviously.
But it just came out, yeah. It just came out a few days ago, and it's interesting that we're getting a lot of Lego games that aren't made by TT Games. We got 2K Drive, Lego, I think Lego Fortnite, and now this. But with the release of Horizon Adventures, that gives TT Games, a little bit of, I guess, time to take a break, so to speak, from people. Oh, when's the next Lego game?
I looked on Wikipedia, and Lego Star Wars is the last thing on their list of games that they've made. So, and that was 2022 that it released. So, there's been nothing apparently that. I mean, if they are working really hard on something and they want it to be a surprise, I guess, they want to make sure it's as good as it can be this time instead of announcing it prematurely and then doing what Lego Star Wars did and keep us in the dark the whole time, not even just saying if the game is in good condition or if they're having troubles. There's nothing spoiling about the game in that regard. We just wanted to know if there were problems going on with it, and nothing.
Yeah.
We're just like, no, they're just being, they're just being idiots and leaving us hanging.
I think, you're right, because that was a big mistake with Skywalker. And Skywalker Saga is it's a great game. I don't know anyone that hates it, but yeah,
there's things I prefer for it, but I don't hate it.
Yeah. I think that if they're smart, I'm honestly guessing the next Lego game by them will be revealed at the Game Awards next month.
At the earliest?
I was actually on... I mean, if we're hopeful. It's been, what, like you said, 2 years? I mean, I remember when they used to release 3 games a year.
Yeah. Well, maybe they're working on Lego Sonic.
Maybe.
And they're currently doing the Knuckles bit, and they want to wait until the third one comes out before they start working on that bit, and then finally reveal it next year. when they've got something solid to talk about or show for the first time.
Yeah. I don't know. There's some rumors. I mean, we were going to get Lego Harry Potter, similar to Skywalker Saga.
Lego Batman 4.
I'm thinking... Right, yeah, I'm thinking it's either going to be Lego Harry Potter, Lego Batman 4, or, I don't know, maybe like something brand new. But I doubt it's going to be Lego Sonic. As much as I'd like to see that, I don't think that's viable. But I don't know. I mean, I want Lego City Undercover too, but that ain't going to happen for some reason.
Yeah. Well, I also wouldn't mind another Lego Pirates. Sort of Disney, kind of Skywalker Saga meets Disney Infinity style.
I could see that with, like, you know, all 5 movies, big open world Caribbean. That'd be dope. I'd take that.
Ships that you can drive, like in Disney Infinity, and fire cannons on the sides, and if the ship has cannons in the front, like the Dutchman, then fire those as well.
Or even Kingdom Hearts 3, that has a Pirates of the Caribbean open world, and you can do all that. So I mean, the blueprint's right there, right? They just got to make it.
Yeah. Well, they also have to get permission, probably, but.
I mean, well, they made a few Disney games before. I mean, they.
Yeah.
What was the last one? Incredibles, I think.
I guess so. I didn't play it, but it might have been that one.
Okay, I think it was. But yeah,
that was released 2018.
Yes.
With Incredibles 2.
Yeah. Yep. And hey, we're getting Incredibles 3, so there might be a Lego Incredibles 2. Who knows?
Yeah. Or they announce a DLC like Battle of the 5 Armies and then cancel it without reason.
Don't do that, TT Games. Wait, what were they thinking?
Yeah, well, whatever. It's their money that they're throwing away, I guess.
Yeah. Now, the big rumor, like I said, is Lego Batman 4, but I mean, I don't know, because look, Lego Batman 3 isn't bad, but I think it's everyone's least favorite for many reasons, and obviously Lego DC Supervillains is pretty much better in every way, but I mean, what would you want to see in Lego Batman 4? Like, what do you think they could?
First of all, what is Lego DC Supervillains' main open world? Is that also Gotham, but like a different interpretation compared to Lego Batman 2?
Yeah, so it's like Lego Marvel 2, so it's like Chronopolis in a sense. So they have like a smaller Gotham, they have Metropolis, and then they have Arkham Asylum. What's the Doomsday's planet, whatever that is.
Yeah.
No, it's not like it's a lot better than Lego Batman 3's open world. I'll tell you that much. It's fantastic.
Yeah. So, yeah, I can't really think of too many places in terms of the open world that they could really do, because I'm not familiar with many except for not open world, Gotham and what's Superman's city?
Metropolis,
yeah. So I can't really think of anything unless they do like an Lego Avengers thing where they have like a big Gotham City and then smaller sections in that other places you could go to.
I can see that, but see, that's the issue, right? When you get Lego Batman 4 and it's called Batman, obviously you're gonna get Gotham, but that's the thing. It's like, how many times can we get Gotham before it gets boring? You know, like, what else do you do with Batman?
Yeah, it's just, well, yeah, I mean, like, Lego Marvel kind of is, even though Chronopolis has miniature New Yorks, it's still New York, and, I mean, but at the same time, like, it can't really think of any other place that would work. I mean, if maybe just for fun they decided to throw in Lego Edmonton in there for an open world. Just
I mean, well, I guess we could go to Bloodhaven. I mean, that's kind of close to Gotham, you know.
Or what's your closest city? Valley City?
Where I live?
Where you live, close to where you live, anything that's a big open city that would be open world savvy.
Amish country.
Amish country, okay. Go
Yeah,
there.
just
Go there with Batman then.
yeah, that'll work.
Just don't
I bet
don't
I bet
torch your own
Batman
house
has an
while
Amish-
you're in there.
I bet Batman has an Amish suit. At one point he'd have to.
Yeah. But
Just the overalls and everything.
yeah. But yeah, I can't really think of anything otherwise. I mean, I'm not as familiar with DC per se that as compared to Marvel, so and there's lots of characters I only know about from Lego Batman 3 or the other ones, or from the DC the Arrowverse. There's characters in there that I'm sort of familiar with, but I'm not like DC to me is kind of like the MonsterVerse to you, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Not
So we like it, but we don't love it.
Yeah. I mean, Batman is the only thing I love about it, just because I think he's like the Spider-Man of that universe, really.
Yeah, he's definitely the first guy. I mean, I think when you think of DC, you think of Batman and then Superman,
Yeah. Just like Marvel, you think of Spider-Man, duh, but also probably think of I don't know if people think of Thor too much when it comes to Marvel.
I would say Iron Man.
Yeah, Iron Man. Captain America, maybe.
Maybe even Deadpool now. I mean he's
Wolverine,
there.
There's one. Wolverine, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I can't think otherwise, though. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing places from the movies in the game, maybe. Like the prison from The Dark Knight Rises. Just go in there and explore it.
That'd be neat.
Or even go to Ra's al Ghul's kind of sanctuary in the beginning of the first one.
Oh, yeah.
But
that'd be cool.
There's not many places otherwise in the Dark Knight trilogy that,
No, and I don't think they would cover the two Joker movies because those are R-rated. But I mean, there's been R-rated franchises in Lego, but
they don't have to. They don't have to do the Joker movies to borrow the locations. Just
Yeah. Oh, imagine like you go to the Joker stairs and you could like hit the B button and Joker does his dance.
Yeah, or any character does. If there's like a a button prompt there for some dancing or something.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's the issue with TT Games is that I feel like we would like a Lego Harry Potter, we'd like a Lego Batman 4, but I feel like what they need to do is they need to make a new not a new IP, but like take a new maybe like Transformers or anything,
Yeah.
TMNT, something they've never done. I think
Friends
I don't
even.
want them. No, well, no, not that one. I don't want them to become just a remake company.
Yeah.
I don't. Oh, Lego Harry Potter, but it's like Skywalker Saga. Lego Pirates, but it's like Skywalker Saga. I don't want that. I want some new stuff.
Yeah.
But not Lego Friends.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Hey, they made a Lego Friends game on the DS.
What's wrong with a violence-less game?
Everything.
Okay. Yeah.
I need murder to be happy.
Okay. Well, maybe you'll. Well, that's what Call of Duty's for, isn't it?
Yeah.
At least the ones you like, anyway. The other ones are for getting mad at the stupid connection.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much.
But yeah. Actually, one Lego game that would be kind of interesting is it's not really. It wouldn't be really a remake. It would be more like sort of a redo of I'd say a failed attempt. Lego Middle Earth game.
I would like that because then they could have all 6 movies, right?
Yeah, and all of Middle Earth. Maybe not quite to scale, but certainly bigger than what is in those at least Lego Lord of the Rings that I know of. Because like Minas Tirith is like 2 levels shorter than it should be. Because it's supposed to have 7 levels, and it's only got like 5 levels in the open world. And you only go through the gate and then you can walk around the top, and the top is like dwarfed compared to what it really would be, but still,
Yeah,
you know,
it's
just going
definitely
to the different places would be great. You know, go from Erebor all the way to Minas Tirith. Come on.
right. And I feel like they kind of hit that with the 2, but I think yeah, like you said, it's more of like a scaled down version. But I think with their new engine and with all the stuff that they've learned over the years, I'd love to see a little Lego Middle Earth.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
Add Battle of the Five Armies officially, not a DLC, not a lie that it's gonna come, and then they just refuse to do it for whatever reason. You know,
Right.
Like it's
That or
officially in there.
they could also add like Talion from Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War. I know that the Rings of Power TV show, that's not canon to anything. It's like it's its own thing. But if they really wanted to, they could have that. I mean, there's 2 seasons. There's a new anime Lord of the Rings movie coming out next month, which is canon.
Yeah,
they can add that.
And there's supposedly
there's a lot.
there's supposedly Hunt for Gollum coming.
Right. Yep. Which I don't know if I like the title, but
well, it's actually a fan made film initially that was released named that, where Aragorn is hunting for Gollum after he gets captured by Mordor or something. But I guess they want to make it an official movie thing. So with Viggo Mortensen.
So he's gonna look like stupid old, but he's playing a younger version, huh?
Well, I mean, I guess that's how prequels go, isn't it?
Yeah, they'll just have to either cake him in makeup, or they'll just have to do like some deepfake CGI, I guess.
Yeah, but yeah, that's something I wouldn't mind seeing, though. Just Lego Middle Earth, you know, something to give people another Middle Earth game besides, what was the last one?
I think it was Shadow of War in 2018, I think.
Oh, yeah. So, you know, we could use a new game now.
It was the Gollum game that was complete dog shit.
Yeah. Well, we don't even. I don't even know that game exists. Do you?
I know that it's god awful, but I'm not going to play it and confirm it.
Well, that's okay. Just look at the screenshots and decide. No, I'm not going to play it.
It's like the Cyberpunk of Lord of the Rings. Like and Cyberpunk's good now, but it's like it's oh boy.
Yeah, when it launched, it was, you know, you wanted your money back the millisecond you touched the thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of Middle Earth, I've been watching the Hobbit trilogy.
Ooh.
Well, actually, I've been doing a Middle Earth marathon, I should say, and I finished the Desolation of Smaug today. So tomorrow will be Battle of the Five Armies. So
such a good trilogy.
When was the last time you watched any of those?
Ooh. You know, it's funny you mentioned that because I have all 6 the extended versions on Blu-ray. I really want to watch them again. I think it's been like a good year or 2.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do it because A, it's hard to watch a 4.5 hour long movie with all the schoolwork. But B,
well, that's why you tell the schoolwork, get lost for a little bit.
Yeah. Dad, do my homework.
Yeah. Or
it won't be right, but it'll
hire
be
somebody to do it for you.
Yeah.
Give my $900,000 to them instead.
Yeah. See, the issue with being a male teacher is that there's like, I'm pretty much the only dude in my classes, which is good because there's a lot of hot chicks at my school. But I will just be like, hey, hey, baby, do my homework. I'll pay you $5.
Great. Times that by 10 and we got a deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Per question.
Yeah.
That's
my life.
$50 per question for her to do for you.
Oh God. Never mind. I'll just do it myself. Never mind. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's all good. But no, yeah. I mean, I do want to rewatch them. I've only seen the extended versions, I think, one time each because they're like 1 billion hours long. But
yeah, that was when you did your
good.
reviews, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they're the definitive ones. Like, if you just have the regular ones, throw them in the fire. You don't need them anymore. The extended ones are the extended ones you need to watch. Never mind the originals.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't want to. I mean, I know they're long movies, but for fans of that, like, it's just more content. It's more stuff.
I mean, sure, maybe there's some things that are odd, like in not Return of the King. I think it's Desolation of Smog. There was, well, I can't think of too many scenes in that one because I don't remember even what the original one was. So,
yeah.
But anyway,
I got one.
There's some scenes that are weird, like not bad weird, just kind of odd. Oh, I know. In Two Towers, when Merry and Pippin are getting crushed by that tree before Treebeard saves them.
I don't even remember.
Yeah. That one's kind of weird because that's supposed to, in the book, that actually happens to all four hobbits, Frodo and Sam too, and Tom Bombadil saves them.
So you read the books, okay?
Well, I sort of have, but I also watched the special features.
Oh, okay, I see. There is one scene in Battle of the Five Armies, Hobbit 3, where I remember in the trailer it shows like
Galadriel,
Bilbo,
right?
But also I think in the trailer it shows like Bilbo or some dwarves on like the battle wagon, and they're like running over wargs, and they all get churned up by the spikes.
Oh,
the spiky wheels.
The gore
and that's
part.
Not even right. That's only in the extended version.
Yeah,
so
that's why it got rated R for that.
Yeah.
Well, that and the trolls getting their heads lopped off by the things, too.
Even though the blood is black and it looks like tar.
Yeah, but whatever. I mean, like you said... like you said about Lone Ranger, these are even more brutal because you got heads getting lopped off and guts being just shredded by wargs and,
all that yummy red juice. I've been watching... Ash vs. Evil Dead, and like it's a great show, but my God, that's like stupid gory. It doesn't affect me because I know it's all fake, but like if you watch Evil Dead and then you watch Hobbit 3, that's nothing.
Oh well. Does Evil Dead have zombies in it, or just kind of evil people?
They're zombies, but they're called Deadites. That's like their in-lore thing.
They're
basically zombies.
Not Walking Dead zombies then.
No, they're
that would have been
similar but different.
Yeah, because those are the kind of zombies I'm into. Not the ones that think for themselves.
I see. Yeah, you like the stupid ones.
Well, they're scarier because when they're in a horde, it's not the intelligence that you need to fear of them; it's the numbers. That's the whole point of them.
Right.
They're supposed to be stupid because they're only programmed for one thing: human consumption.
Yeah. Just like Armie Hammer.
Yeah. And even the ones in Dead Island 2, I mean, the common ones are mostly dumb, but the Apex ones, I mean, remember the Butchers, they've got intelligence.
Yeah, but I'll be honest, if there was a zombie apocalypse and it was just a bunch of Butchers, I'd probably last 5 minutes, maybe?
Well, could be. Maybe. I mean, it depends if they're as smart, and it depends if they're programmed to be able to block a bullet going into their head with their arms, even though their arms are like this and their head is fully exposed, and they still somehow block a shot to the face that way.
Yeah. Let's hope we don't get that far. Right? I don't want to test out my theory now that we got Trump in. I don't.
Well, yeah. Well, there's worse leaders out there than Trump, but not to get into that. But
I think maybe I think if Kamala wins in 2028, we'll have a zombie apocalypse. But right now, I think we're groovy.
Yeah. Well, we might as well have a zombie apocalypse in the Middle East.
Yeah, you just nuke them.
Yep. But
Yeah, I'm that stupid American. Anyway, my final topic, because we're almost out of time, I'll make it quick, is Star Wars has a lot of new stuff that just released in between our last podcasts, and we've got some new insider looks at Andor Season 2 with Krennic from Rogue One returning, and we also have some weird Rey news. So I don't remember what I said last podcast, but
you mean the part?
It's like every
the part where Rey is now the most important character for them at this point, or
right?
Something?
I think that makes me happy because it's just it's a massive middle finger to all the sexists and the haters out there. I think it's really great that Lucasfilm, like with the Acolyte, for some reason they caved into the haters, but for Rey they're not. So just pick a side. But I think that I love her as a character. You've all heard me defend her till my dying breath, but I genuinely think she's a great character, and I really think that her, being the quote-unquote Obi-Wan Kenobi figure in these new, stuff, I think it has a lot of potential, if it ever gets made.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I hope it's not gonna interfere with the Rey movie, per se. Like, maybe that should be the... kind of like Obi-Wan's show before the originals kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, because they've got the Rey movie, and then they've got a new trilogy by the guy who wrote the animated show Rebels, Simon Kinberg, who's also
Dark
a
Phoenix,
famous X-Men
apparently.
killer. Yeah. So I'm excited because he worked on Rebels, so he knows how to make good Star Wars. But he's also responsible for some really bad X-Men movies. So I pray to God he doesn't mess this up.
Yeah, well, maybe he'll do okay. I mean, I don't know. Was he... there's not a whole lot of things I can remember him doing. I think I saw him in some interview things a while ago, but I don't remember if that was X-Men or if it was maybe Venom or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, all I know is that he's responsible for some X-Men, and he co-wrote for Rebels.
But,
so that's...
I'm not judging him right now just because of the Dark Phoenix. I mean, I never saw that thing, so I can't have really an opinion on it. Just that...
I did.
Yeah, just that from what I've heard of it, that it's not good. I mean, I didn't get into details, I just have to read that it's not good, and then it kind of makes me... question whether I should see it or not.
Yeah, it's definitely not the worst movie ever made, but it's nothing special.
Yeah. Worse than Joker 2?
Oh hell yeah, Joker 2's baller, man. Joker 2's incredible.
Yeah.
Makes me want to dance.
Yeah. Well, you can do that when you fall asleep. Maybe you'll have a dream of your mom trying to kill you while you're dancing or something.
It's funny because I actually did have a dream where my mom turned into the Joker.
Ah.
Like that. I'm 100% telling you. I also had a dream where my mom turned into a jellyfish from SpongeBob. I don't know why I have nightmares about my mom killing me. She's like a normal mom. She's not like a killer, so it's really weird.
Well, I don't know. Why do I have weird dreams of trying to get away from certain people and then locking myself in a room that I don't know has a back door to it? And then I wake up just before they get to me.
Yeah, it's funny. Real quick, I just got to say this real quick. So I was talking one of my friends at my college. We were talking about dreams, and she said that like her mom is some kind of nurse or whatever, and she found this out from her mom. I didn't know this, and this has nothing to do with franchises, just random facts. So just buckle up; it'll be quick. Apparently, it's physically impossible to have a dream or a nightmare. It's impossible to have a dream where you actually die, because our minds cannot handle us dying. So my friend said if you were to have a dream where you like actually felt yourself die or you die in real life. because
Yeah.
your brain would go into overdrive. That's why we always wake up right before crazy shit happens, and I think it's insane. Like our mind cannot handle.
Well, there's also
Anyway.
I also have times where for some reason, and I don't know if it's fully in a dream or if it's kind of I'm somewhat awake consciously, but I'm still dreaming somehow. And I have dreams where I fall off of a building or something, and I can feel my body twitch when I'm about to land. And I can't explain it. It's like, well,
Yeah,
I must
no,
not
I've
have
had
died. If I'm twitching from it.
Yeah, somehow you survived.
Yeah. It's not a splat, it's just a twitch, like it was nothing. I'm okay.
Yeah. Like, oh, that tickled.
I just fell off a building. Nothing
Yeah.
bad.
No biggie.
But
It's all good.
but yeah, the race stuff though was I mean, like, I don't fully look into that stuff. I mostly just try to find articles these days just to see what the comments say, just to see how many haters there are. I mean, obviously 90% of the comments are haters. There might be a few that are actually interested, and then you see haters saying, that's sarcasm, right? You know, but...
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
But I personally,
See,
we'll see how it works and if I plan to see it or not, because, you know, like you know how I feel about Disney Plus and certain things that are being pushed by Disney, period, these days. And so if they do that with the Rey stuff, I'm probably not going to see it. But if it's safe enough, you know, if it's like Doctor Strange 2 safe, then I might bend a knee. But first we need to know if it's even when it's coming, if it's coming, and how long
if it's even real.
You know.
I think, like, you bring up a good point, because I think we're in this era where, I mean, you know, again, you look at Acolyte, that got canceled prematurely just because everyone hated it. Not everyone hated it, but you hear about the hate.
Yeah.
And I think people like us, right, and hopefully like you people listening, is that, you know, if you like the sequels, if you like Rey, if you like whatever Star Wars, you have to get used to hate. You have to get used to these trolls and morons saying, oh, Rey sucks and you need to kill yourself if you like Rey, because it's not going to stop.
Yeah.
Disney, it will never stop.
Well,
you know? I mean, people still hate the prequels.
I don't say anything anymore on Facebook when I see those things, mainly because I don't have quite the thick skin you've got. You know, like I try not to let things bother me, but when somebody's commenting on my comment, and you know, I mean, I try not to take the bait all the time. I just like delete the notification or whatever. But sometimes I'm just, the temptation is like, what are they actually saying about me this thing, you know, or whatever. And,
do you know how many people I've blocked on Twitter? It's freaking insane.
Yeah, well, I'm not used to the blocking because, like I said, I don't go on Facebook much for that anyway. I mean, I go on to clear notifications. Maybe I'll see what there is a little bit, but, you know, overall, I don't comment on anything. And if I do, I just try to ignore the notifications. But sometimes the temptation gets to me, and then I don't know, I don't have the thick skin like you, so I can't, you know, when I see somebody calling me a name, I kind of, you know, like, I don't cry about it, but I definitely feel irritated a bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's only human. Yeah. I get mad too. It's just, I have a high... I get mad. I actually get mad really easily. I just don't show it, so I guess that's my blessing in disguise.
Well, yeah, look at, what was the game? Elden Ring, right? Or no, what was that other one that was worse?
Sekiro,
yeah. So,
yeah.
you definitely don't have thick skin for that.
No, I love it. I play it all the time now, but yeah, it's... I may have needed another controller after that game, but it was...
or 10, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, right, exactly. But if you have time for one more quick topic here before we sign off for this one, I'd
Okay, well,
Like,
this one is still gonna have to wait until you watch at least the first episode of it. I think you know what I'm talking about. So, I don't know. No, Young Indiana Jones.
oh, yep, that'll be after Knuckles. Yeah, because I'll be, for those of you wondering, after Evil Dead and the MCU, I'll be doing the Sonic 2 movies and the Knuckles show in mid-December.
Yeah.
No, probably early December. I'll get to that, and then after that, I'll be Indiana Jones. Yeah.
Yeah. But so that's what I'm gonna wait for. So, let's see.
I have another. If you don't.
Yeah, shoot, I can't think of one. I was really limited this time because Lone Ranger and Middle Earth because I'm starting to watch it. So that's all.
Yeah. Well, mine is kind of like Star Wars. It's the new MCU news. We've gotten the new trailer for Thunderbolts and Captain America 4. I know you're not super duper duper into the MCU anymore, but I mean, for people listening, I mean, what do you have a take on Captain America 4 or Thunderbolts? Because I think those trailers.
Well,
a lot of people
I haven't seen.
America 4.
I've only seen kind of thumbnails on Captain America 4. I saw the first sort of image of Red Hulk, and
okay,
I'm not. Yeah, like you said, I'm not crazy about MCU anymore, but it definitely looks interesting. I mean, it's unfortunate that the Hulk isn't the one fighting him, because he's kind of dead now and replaced with lame Smart Hulk.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, not that he is really lame per se or dumb. Just he's not. Like when people want to see more Hulk now, that's what they get.
They get She-Hulk. That's what they get.
Just this talking green gorilla with clothes on.
Yeah, just a big green, big smart booger.
But yeah, I mean, it might. I'm sure it'll be interesting. I mean, if you've seen the trailers, so as far as you know, anyway, is there gonna be any, white people? Well, I shouldn't say white people. Black people are the victims kind of messaging, like Falcon and Winter Soldier, or is there gonna be more? Is it gonna be more like Marvel-ish this time?
Yeah, I mean, they're calling it a political thriller, but that doesn't mean it's political. That's just a genre. From the trailer, they pretty much have, well, obviously Sam is Captain America, which that's not for people. That's not a woke thing. He's been Captain America.
Play Lego Avengers, people. Don't be dumb.
Right. Yeah, he's been Captain America in the comics for a while now, and I think that's not a problem. But like Isaiah Bradley, who was a super soldier in the Falcon and Winter Soldier show.
Yeah, I saw a thumbnail of that he's the older guy, right, from Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw a thumbnail of him in kind of like an interrogation chair or something.
Yes, yeah. So he shoots at the president, Harrison Ford, which they took that out of the trailer because of Trump getting shot. So they had to get that out. Well, that's another story. But no, I don't think this is going to be. I think we're honestly past a lot of that now. I think that at this point they just want to, show you the movie. But I mean, we're getting Red Hulk. We're getting the leader. He's officially coming back.
I heard about that.
Back. And then
the guy is actually the guy himself. The actor's returning too for him.
Right. That'll be cool. Now, a lot of people who have gone to like test screenings of Brave New World are saying that it's god awful and it's horrible and you need to reshoot this and it's really bad. But the trailers look so good. I don't know what's going wrong.
Well, I don't know.
I'm gonna.
When they do test screenings, is the movie done, or is it kind of like? Some shots aren't quite finished yet.
From what I understand, they did. Yeah, right. This is bad, and like 90% of the CGI is not done. Yeah, I think that when they did the test screenings, the movie was done, and then it was apparently so bad they had to do extensive reshoots. Apparently, they're doing reshoots now. So Marvel is, for some reason, they're panicking, which is weird because again, for those of you who have seen these two trailers, they're really good.
Yeah.
They don't they don't give me this looks like really bad vibe. It looks like a complete film.
Well,
So-
most trailers do that, kind of. I mean, maybe some look weird. I mean, I know a lot of people were complaining about GXK when they saw Godzilla pink and then running next to Kong like two superheroes as opposed to monsters, but
Yeah.
I didn't care. I mean, it's the first trailer we finally got of the darn things, you know.
Yeah, but it's not like the CGI was unfinished. You know what I mean?
No.
Like that's
I mean, you had a problem with Zuko, of course, but you seem to still have one, I think, but whatever.
yeah.
That's your problem, not mine.
Right. Well, I mean, between that and Thunderbolts, I think that they both look good. I'm
Yeah.
probably a little more interested in Brave New World, even though the title is horrible. But
Well,
I think
just call it the other title then. I call Shuma Gorath, who he's supposed to be anyway. I never call him the other thing.
Yeah. See, I don't know. Like this keeps me up at night. Why would they switch from New World Order to Brave New World? I say it all the time. Brave New World sounds like a girl with pink hair screeching about how horrible life is and woe is me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like, or maybe like Ariel from the Little
Actually,
Mermaid is singing.
Brave New World sounds more like a cartoon title or something.
Yeah.
Like New World Order sounds a lot more, just like serious.
Cool, menacing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just hope they're good. You know what I mean? Like after, what was it, Deadpool, Wolverine, and these, recent Marvel things. I think they've been doing pretty good. They've had a bit of an up. So I think they can.
And I saw when I went about maybe 3 days after apparently the release day of, or maybe it was a day or two after our last podcast. I went into Walmart and they didn't have Deadpool and Wolverine on the shelf at all. And then I went to another one on Sunday, and I saw it there. So it's not that their physical media is dying. Maybe they're just late for some reason with this one. Here's
Yeah, I
hoping
think that maybe
Sonic 3 does not do the same thing, because I definitely don't want to find out the shelf is empty when I go to get Sonic 3.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Me neither. I think that what probably happened is the UPS guy forgot, or he got drunk or something.
Yeah. Or playing too many poker games on his cell phone.
Yeah. He was too busy playing Black Ops 6.
Yeah, and his signal kept getting cut out, and he kept smashing his phone against the dashboard.
Right. Yeah. I can see that.
But
anyway,
yeah.
you guys, I think we should call it there.
Yeah, I did think of a new topic as we were talking, because it's a movie I watched, but we can talk about it next time. I mean, I doubt you've seen it, but I can still talk about it anyway.
Well, what's the hint? At least let me know.
I'll tell you the name. It's called The Island.
I have not seen The Island.
Yeah, it's got Obi-Wan Kenobi, Black Widow, Boromir, Korath from Guardians, and Captain Marvel. I think you know who he is. Korath.
This is like the ultimate crossover.
And it's got, who else was there? Oh yeah, it's got that. I don't know if you saw Ben Affleck's Daredevil, but the guy that plays Kingpin in that, the black guy, he's dead now.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's got him in
Yeah.
it briefly, and it's got some pretty cool. There's actually some like kind of sci-fi elements, like I don't know what you call them. It's kind of like a bike that can fly, sort of like in Lego Marvel. Those hover bikes that you can drive.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. It's hard to explain, but yeah, it's basically got that in it. So
Okay. Well, I'll try to do some research on that and watch the trailer for the next podcast. But I think we'll start with that, and then we'll do some other stuff as well. But anyway, guys, I had a lot of fun. We had some good topics in there. I'm glad we got to talk about Lego and Lone Ranger and all these topics.
Yeah.
We did some good stuff. So let us know in the comments what you thought about this one. And again,
Yeah.
I doubt we're gonna get any comments. But if you want
Well,
to,
your
leave a
thing
comment
came
in-
late, so of course you didn't get many, except for Recon Trooper, which, again, thank you, Recon Trooper, for that topic.
You're a trooper, Recon Trooper. I don't know who he is, but he's.
Yeah.
I'm glad he left that comment because someone had to. But
Yeah.
if Recon Trooper wants to do it again, we'll see. Or someone else.
Yeah.
Let us know what you want us to talk about in the comments. We'll hit it. We'll shout you out. So
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun, dude. And again, make sure to like and subscribe to both of our channels.
Resubscribe
That
if
being
you
said-
already are and didn't get notifications, because I still don't know who is or isn't subscribed to me and isn't getting notifications. Because I only get 3 views on, well, 1 view from me, 1 view from you, and then a second view from me if it hasn't been seen in a week.
Okay.
So
Yeah, we got to
I
get
need-
these podcasts going.
yeah. Well, it's just any video. Well, although my Knuckles unboxing is getting still going up like crazy, but anyway.
Well, that's good.
And that was 2 months ago.
But yeah, so I'm gonna be doing more with Recom. I'll do one with Echo Killshot soon. Hopefully SB Zeal. You guys know him. He's part of the Lego stop motion community.
Yeah.
You know, he wants to do a podcast. So there's a bunch of stuff coming out, and yeah, I can't wait to cover more topics next time.
Yeah,
And,
hopefully
yeah,
I
hope you
can
guys
think
enjoyed.
of more.
Yeah, if not, I will.
Okay.
I'll have
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have my dog think of something. But
All right.
anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Later, folks.